According to a CBS report, tax season could be delayed by a month, making the new date May 17th. Those plans are not finalized just yet, but it's in the works. This year may look drastically different for many Americans because of the pandemic. Many people survived on unemployment benefits while businesses were shut down, forced to make staff cuts, and most received at least one stimulus check from any of the three coronavirus relief plans. All of that plays into your taxes, which is why we have our experts in today. J.R. Cecil and Ryan Dodson with Liberty Tax Services. They're joining us today to answer your tax questions. Now, here is how you get your question answered. You text us your question. We're going to put the number up there, 336-379-5775. That's how you text us your question, and we can get the answer here on air. Again, it's text only, so please don't call. All right, first and foremost, guys, let's talk about this possible change of the tax deadline. Ryan, May 15th, you would think would be the option, right? Because it's the 15th and the 15th and the 15th, right? But that's a Saturday, so I'm guessing that's why May 17th is in play?
That is correct. Anytime they try to do something on a weekend, they ended up moving over to the next business day. So because of all these wonderful changes that we have, my guess is that the IRS is going to punt on this one and say, hey, look, let's give everybody an extra 30 days. There were some groups out there that have been asking for it, such as the AICPA, which is the National CPA organization, and some other groups have been asking for it, but it sounds like they're going to get it.
All right, let's talk about some of those things that are kind of propelling people to do this, JR, like some of the different changes that have happened.
So one of the biggest changes is the unemployment. I think you mentioned that a second ago. They have retroactively put it where the unemployment is not taxable on your federal. So, and then also they have made some changes to the premium tax credit, which has to do with those that draw Obamacare insurance. So it's one of the most complex changes that they've done during tax season. And so in order for not only the IRS, not only for tax preparers, but also the software providers to make all these changes and implement those into where we can have the tax returns accurate, yeah, they're going to need some more time.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, I don't know that I've ever remembered a time where they were making changes to the tax forms during tax season.
Usually it's just on the extenders, which they typically do right at the end of the year. And when e-filing season opens up, right around the third week of January, they have everything fixed by then. But, here we are, the middle of March? And they've decided, hey, look, we're going to go back to 2020 and make some changes. It's fairly unprecedented.
So then this is a question that we know that we're probably already getting in the queue. I need to look at it, but I'm sure we're getting this question. What do you do if you've already done your taxes and they've been processed and you even got your refund? What do you do, JR?
We're recommending to kind of wait in a holding pattern. The IRS hasn't given official guidance on what those need to do, or those people need to do. They might even be the IRS, that is, the IRS might come out and do the adjustments themselves, or they might come out and request that amendments need to be done. And if that's the case, then that'll also create more work. So we haven't gotten official IRS guidance yet. So just kind of wait, call your tax preparer if you'd like, but I would wait in a holding pattern until, final guidance is given.
Yeah, and maybe waiting won't be so hard knowing that the tax deadline is going to be extended some.
Well, especially if you've already filed, you have your refund, that'll help tide you over. A couple of these retroactive changes should put a little bit more money in your pocket. So, some people might have a sense of urgency to claim that, but all we can do is wait right now until the software and the IRS is ready for us.
All right. Hey, Ryan, this person is asking, will a stimulus payment be combined with my tax return payment?
Well, the two previous stimuluses could be combined with your 2020 tax return if you did not receive it, or if you didn't receive the entire amount. Now, the new one that just came out, the third one that came out, the $1,400 for every person that is on your tax return, that one is not included on your 2020 tax return. They are sending those payments out now. If for some reason you do not receive it on this tax return, or you do not receive it, sometime this year, you can of course claim it on your 2021 tax return.
Okay, so again, the first two stimulus payments, that was on the last year's tax return. So when you're doing the 2020, this one. This third stimulus payment, if for some reason you don't get it, you could claim it on next year, the 2021 tax return. We hope that it doesn't come to that, but it is possible. All right. So I don't know if you know this answer or not, JR. It says, if I owe taxes to the government, will that affect my stimulus check?
Depends on which stimulus check you're talking about.
Okay, clarify.
So originally on EIP1 or the first stimulus, they were doing some collections. The second stimulus that came out in December, and Ryan, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but they did a lot less in collections on the one that was decided right at the end of December. And then this third stimulus, I believe the way that it was passed, they weren't able to attach or to block some of the collections. So this third stimulus might be collected on if you have some other debts like federal tax debt, whereas especially the second stimulus might not have been.